Now that the body work is done on the McLaren, we're gonna take a little bit of a break today. Let's take a look at the KBO e-bikes. You guys might have seen these in the background of several videos. I've been using them as tables for a while. So we have the K1, the compact, and the flip models to look at today, but we're gonna really focus on the K1. They're folding e-bikes, so they should be super easy to set up. So let's get all three out of their box real quick and take a look. While we do have 3 KBO bikes to unbox, this video will be focusing on the K1. The K1 is a folding e-bike with 500 watt hub motor paired with a 48 volt 10.4 amp hour LG battery. If you want to look more into the specs, honestly, just go to their website. You all know that I do stress tests to show you the real world specs, not thorough spec reviews like everyone else. I'm just here to show you how fast it is, how far it goes without pedaling at full throttle, and overall how comfortable and well built it is. With that said, unboxing these bikes takes like 5 minutes each. It's so easy to unbox these things. And yeah, there's nothing really to report here. All right, well, here they all are. These are the KBO e-bikes. We got the K1, the compact, and the flip. So obviously these ones are budget-friendly options. Like, they're not gonna break the bank. They're very lightweight, they're foldable. In my opinion, these folding type e-bikes are the most practical as far as design goes. So you can throw them in a car, you can, just store them somewhere. If you live in an apartment, it doesn't take up much space if you bring it inside. And because they're made lightweight, the manufacturer doesn't have to charge you an arm and a leg because their expenses on these are less than bigger e-bike frames. But yeah, so here they are. I'm going to actually get the K1 on a ride before I actually show you guys too much, just so I can get familiar with the bike before I actually run you through everything. The control layout on the K1 is a little bit different than the compact and the flip, but the software is the exact same, it seems. Yeah, I'm excited. So this video, I want to focus on the K1. I'm going to get it on a ride and a full range test tomorrow. So I'm gonna charge them all up overnight and bring you guys back tomorrow when I am on the full range test on the K1. See you guys then. All right, here we go for the full range test. First impression was I need to upgrade the seat to a suspension seat. It would make the comfort so much better. But that out of the way, it's exactly what you'd expect for an e-bike in this price range. It was comfortable enough as far as handling bumps and overall ride quality, and it was quick enough as a commuter bike if you need it for that. The hill test actually surprised me a lot. Because it's not a super torquey bike, I expect it to lose a lot of speed on the hill, but it only lost 3 miles per hour total, which is actually a lot better than a lot of other more expensive bikes. Overall though, it's a minimalist, practical folding e-bike that KBO isn't charging you an arm and a leg for. It does the job.
It's all good, it's all good.
All right, you guys, I just got back from the full range test on the KBO K1 e-bike, and we got a smooth 18 miles of range on one charge. Obviously, that's the sitting voltage. I went inside and left it, and that's where it sits. But obviously, when you put load on it, I get on this thing and actually ride it, that'll drop a lot more. I didn't kill it completely all the way 100% dead, but it was slowing down to the extent where I'm gonna call it dead here. Let me run you guys through this really quick, and I'm gonna preface this whole section with, it's a budget e-bike. It's $699. Cheaper category e-bikes are meant for a specific purpose, cheap transportation. First thing, if you're gonna buy this, you will want to swap the seat out. That is not very comfortable. The KBO compact actually came with a suspension seat, and I should have swap that over to that one while I was riding it. A suspension seat would be a huge improvement if you guys were planning to pick up the K1. It's a great bike for the price, but get yourself a suspension seat for sure. But these are made as cheap transportation, and this one's actually extremely practical. So it's like a cheap, practical folding e-bike. You can throw it in a car, you can take it wherever you want. You can haul stuff on it and kind of just build it out into a bigger rig if you're that invested. It's exactly the power you'd expect for a cheaper e-bike. It's not bad, it's not great. I'll go over the software real quick with you guys. You have your pedal assist up and down, up to 5, and then you just have your trip, max speed, average speed, that kind of thing. That's literally all there is to it. You got the bell over here, and you've got your 7-speed shifter over here. Got your thumb throttle over here, and obviously front and rear brake. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's really anything else to cover on this thing. It's a really light bike. It's super easy to pick up, which means obviously it's easier to pedal than the heavier e-bikes. It's just a practical e-bike that is meant for cheap transportation. And KBO has been around for a little while at this point, so I'm sure they'd be better than other, Chinese companies with after sales customer support. I've never had to deal with swapping parts and stuff, so I'm just assuming on that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get this thing on a first-person ride and show you guys how it feels.
Let's get the KBO K1 on a ride, and let me show you guys some of the quirks and features real quick on this thing. It gets up to speed quick enough, like it's not bad. It's got smaller wheels. I don't know, they're maybe 20-inch wheels or something, which means there's more torque and there's quicker acceleration. If it had bigger wheels, obviously it would accelerate slower, but like it's torquey enough. It feels like other e-bikes that are, more expensive with bigger motors, but obviously it's not lightning fast or anything. I mean, I think the top speed's like 20 miles per hour. With this seat, it's definitely a little bit of a harsher ride. The front end feels fine because it does have suspension, but it is a hardtail without a suspension seat on it. And the gel/foam that comes in the seat is definitely a little bit stiffer, that I'd prefer for comfort. Just as a budget e-bike though, like, you're getting what you pay for, you know what I'm saying? Brakes, you got to be doing those little grip exercise things because they're definitely harder to pull than average. I mean, they're just cable brakes and they're a little stiff. Maybe they'd wear in over time, but I guess worth mentioning. Front brake is a little stiffer than the rear brake. But again, dude, it's just a budget e-bike. Like, this is point A to point B kind of stuff. And for throwing in a car, taking on vacation kind of thing. Like, it's fun. There's nothing bad I really have to say about it for the price. It's still insane to me that for like $600 to $700, you can get a full electric bike that you don't even have to pedal. You just ride around like a motorcycle legally with no paperwork or anything. I still think that's pretty cool. Pretty much anybody can afford $600 of an e-bike if they save up for a couple months. This isn't out of reach for anybody. Hey, yo, we got a Miata. Gotta check this out, man. 2003 Miata ATAC roll bar. Oh, sheesh. $3,700? What? No way. No freaking way. Hey, we got a DIY caliper paint job here. The rims are all red. Interesting. I think I got $3,700 laying around. Is it stick shift? Oh, it's an automatic. Never mind. That's why it's cheap. Back to the KBO K1. I bet you if I offered like $2,700, he'd probably take it. Maybe I'll shoot him a text. We're tracking. All right, let's do it. I'm expecting about 20, 19 or something miles per hour. Get ourselves a little bit of a tuck here. Get every advantage possible. 20. That's as fast as we're gonna get, but I'm gonna sustain it so the GPS is as accurate as possible. But the brakes feel like they're wearing in a little bit, or maybe I'm just like warmed up on my grip exercises. Could be either way. Survey says 20.7, so it is exactly accurate. It actually goes a tiny bit faster than what the speedometer actually reads. There you guys go. After the top speed, I kind of use this section and kind of like a general overall on the thing. It's a cheap e-bike. It's exactly what you'd expect for the price. At least you get front suspension. Like, that's good. There's a lot of bikes for the price that won't even offer you front suspension, but it's just a cheap, practical e-bike. That is exactly what it was designed for. You get a better suspension seat on this thing and you could ride this thing for like all day and you'd be fine on it. It's not uncomfortable by any means. It's just that seat is freaking hard, and sitting on it for an hour with no rear suspension, it got to me a little bit. Not much really more to say about it. You guys get the point.
All right, last relevant piece of information in this video is actually folding it up and showing you guys how to do that. Most e-bikes, you want to fold the handlebars down first. And you just clip the latch like that, and then it'll fold right in half. Just like that. And as I said before, it is a light bike. Like, I'm not insanely strong, but it's probably like 40 pounds or something, you know, nothing too crazy. Obviously, you just fold it right back out when you're at the beach. Clip it in, and you got yourselves a full e-bike again, ready to hit the sand. There you guys have it. That's the KBO K1. And that's pretty much it. I think you guys kind of get the point. Get a suspension seat for it when you pick yours up. And it all around will be a pretty nice bike. It's obviously, it's got adjustable handlebars, adjustable seat height. So I'm 6'3" and I did not feel like it was too small for me. Lightweight, foldable e-bike with a rack. It's a very practical bike. So if you guys want to check it out more, there's gonna be a link below. Thank you, KBO, for sending out some bikes for me to take a look at and share with all of you guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully this was helpful for you if you're in the deciding process which e-bikes to get. Check KBO out, there's a link below. If you don't like it that much, it was $699. You're not gonna die, but it is a good bike. So anyway, that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.